Hello and welcome to my tarot corner. So, as you can hear in my voice hasn't returned, and I still feel like I have things because there have been burning inside of me. And you know that I usually don't like doing readings before I do them on the channel because I feel that it is what I call a worn reading, a reading that you do too many times and then the cards just come out the way you want them instead of the real energies. It is, as I call, worn out reading. And my teacher always told us not to repeat a reading in too close time frames, because then you won't get the right energy. And I did get a few questions about tarot, about myself. So despite the fact that I already introduced myself in the past, so I will do that again. I am a pediatrician in my profession. But I'm also very sick. I have a neurologic disease that prevented me from working full-time as I used to. And there was, at the beginning of the corona, even beforehand, I was starting to get interested in tarot as another way of helping people. And I started studying tarot more seriously when the pandemic started, when my clinic had to close and I couldn't go on working as a pediatrician, and I was looking into tarot for my self-comfort and for other reasons. At first I started studying by myself. I studied a lot by other people on YouTube that have tarot courses. But then I stumbled upon the teacher that is a teacher in Israel that teaches tarot in a completely different way, because the main reason for tarot, in his opinion, was to help people go forward with their lives. And that spoke to me, and that is the reason I started studying with him. I took 2 courses with him and then started working as a tarot reader and with people here in Israel. And I was toying with the thought of opening my own tarot channel. I was always very, very fascinated with everything that is connected with the royal family, with England, Britain, its history. As you can hear in my voice, is because I was studying for history with my daughter, which means that I was lecturing to her quite a lot. So anyway, I finally got back to working as a pediatrician, but I couldn't give up tarot, so I still am working as a tarot reader and as a pediatrician. So as someone asked me how to find a way of studying tarot in your parts of the world, I really cannot tell you, but I can give you some links to channels that teach tarot, and you can try, and at least one of them that is very good in my opinion, and you can try and find whether it is something that is, in your opinion, helping you. just let me know in the comments if you would like me to do that before I do it. Okay, so this reading, before I start it, so please take a few moments to read my full disclaimer. This is a tarot reading. It is vibrational, it is open to interpretation, it exists as assumptions and as speculation, and as such, it may or may not be true. So please do your own research and decide for yourselves. So this tarot reading is regarding to the Harkles and their Netflix ventures. So there has been a lot of talk about a fly in the wall sort of docu-series, some call it a reality show. There has been some talk about the possibility of Prince Harry doing this show that Prince Edward has been doing in England for quite a while, in which he goes to historical places and talks about it, which sounds completely ridiculous, as he is not an American. I'm not sure he even knows anything about American history, and especially he's not like David Attenborough. He's not someone who is not Prince Edward, who knows what he's talking about. This is just taking him as an anchor and giving him a script. So it all sounds very ridiculous in my opinion, and only another way of Netflix to try and get some return for their money. So I'm going to look into their Netflix ventures as a whole and see what is the current energies around their Netflix ventures. And first I'm going to take a significator card from the SYMBOLON tarot. It's not a tarot, it's a tarot oracle deck, which will give us a whole picture of what the relationship between the Sussexes and Netflix is right now. So first I'm going to clear the deck. Okay, so the Sussexes and the Netflix. Just one moment, one card just flew. So once again, the Sussexes and Netflix relationship as it is right now. As you know, energies change, and usually things are changing so rapidly, so the energies are changing as well. So this is the card that I'm getting, and I am going to go and look at the book because it's not straightforward, and we need to look at the book for that. Okay, so this card represents a black mass. A black mass is evoking something, and you can see here a bunch of people that are gathered around this very ominous, it looks very ominous, and we can see here people that are watching. This represents, in my opinion, the Netflix and the Harkles that are trying to brew something, trying to find a way to evoke something. And I want you to see that the cross here is upside down, and we do have the star here that although it is the five points star, which also represents dark magic or something like that. So this card is talking about evoking something, creating something that is not something that is not white, that is not holy, that is not good. This card is talking about swearing about things you do not really believe in. So this card shows us that their entire relationship between the Sussexes and Netflix is like a congregation of black witches, of people that are trying to evoke bad or bad spirits. Let's say it in that way. So it is about trying to create something, but something that is not right, something that is not pure, something that is tainted. Okay, so this is the major card that shows us their relationship. Okay, now I'm going to use the Tarot of Oppositions. This is one of the three tarot decks that I use, the reverse and the upright positions. And that is because this is a deck that is designed to do that. And this deck will give me an opportunity to look into the upright and the negative. That is not exactly the upright and reverse. It's more the positive and the negative aspects of every card. Now, I want you to understand that looking at the negative aspects of a card does not say that it makes that card completely reversed. For example, if you get the Nine of Cups reversed, it does not mean that it completely nullifies the Nine of Cups, but it turns the energies around the Nine of Cups into negative energies. And then we see that although it is about wishes that come true, it is also about wishes that are not pure, about wanting things that are not good. And then it shows us over materialism. It shows us the need to do things that are sometimes really bad in order to get those wishes come true. Okay, so let's start with the tarot. So this is a 9-card spread. Usually I don't like using so many cards because my desk, my corner is quite small, but it is something that looks into a situation. So we're starting with clearing the deck. Once again. Okay. And now let's start asking. So the situation between Sussexes and Netflix. What can we see around the situation that the Sussexes are in regard to Netflix? Are we going to see them doing the reality show? What is the situation between the Sussexes and Netflix as it is right now? Okay, so the first card will show us the present issue as it is right now, the present situation between the Sussexes and Netflix, and we're getting the King of Pentacles, but in the reverse position. The King of Pentacles usually is the general manager. He is someone who is very good with getting an independent career, getting independence in everything that is connected to money, everything that the Sussex professed to what they want to achieve when they left the royal family. And signing the contract with Netflix was a way of getting into being the King of Pentacles, which is what their ambition was. When we see it in the reverse, we see people that are stubborn. We see people that are over materialistic. We see people that are bigots, fanatics, insensitive. We see people that are having very bad social relationships. It is very hard for them to get social connections. We see people that are willing to do anything, including sacrifice their families, in order to get to that position of the King of Pentacles. And this is exactly what we saw the Sussexes do in the past 2 years since they left the royal family. Okay, so what is their problem with Netflix? And we are getting the Ace of Swords reverse. So the Ace of Swords, that's a card that speaks about being able to realize your thoughts and ideas in the material world. When it is in the upright, it shows that they can get their thoughts and ideas realized. They can manifest their thoughts and ideas. They can manifest their plans. They can plan rightly. But when it is in the negative, we see people that are sometimes getting credit for other people's good work. We see people's ideas that fail. We see immaturity. We see people that are cutting too quickly without giving a chance to other things, to things. So they are moving from, as we saw in the other places, from one bandwagon to another bandwagon without giving anything a chance. They are very good in beginnings, but not in taking things all the way through. So this card just shows us that everything that they plan, they are failing. They cannot get their ideas manifested. They cannot get their plans manifested. And when sorry. And when they do get something manifested, it is usually someone else's plan, which they take credit for. Okay, so what is the reality of their relationship with Netflix? And the reality is the Six of Swords reversed. So the Six of Swords is a good card usually. It is a card that speaks about second chances, like all sixes. All sixes are talking about getting a second chance. And this is a card that speaks about being able to take a vacation, to take some time off, because what you've done in the previous steps up until the Six of Swords were the right decisions. But when you are taking the wrong decisions, then this is a tendency to run away from problems in order and not face problems. This is about, as you can see here, there is no ocean here. There is this this boat is completely stuck in the middle of nowhere, because this is what it represents. They are stuck in the middle of nowhere. They cannot go forward. This card, when it is in the negative, also suggests addictions and relying on others, just like this card shows us, to get their plans manifested. This is about giving up. And giving up, it could be Netflix giving up on the Sussexes, or the Sussexes giving up on Netflix. But someone here is thinking about giving up. It doesn't mean that it will happen, but this is the reality as it is right now. Okay, now the next card will show us the past. And in the past, we see the Queen of Wands reversed. So why am I not surprised? The Queen of Wands, that's the egotistical card. That is a Meghan card because it is a Leo, and Leo is a Meghan. Meghan is a Leo. That's what I wanted to say. Not every Leo is a Meghan, but the Queen of Wands is the egotistical queen, someone who only thinks about herself, about her own ventures. She is not thinking about the greater good, which is exactly what Meghan wants us to see her, but it's not her. And what it is, in the negative, it only shows us that there are problems around ego. It shows us extravagance. Meghan is an extravagant person. She is wearing too much jewelry. She always wears designer clothes. She never recycles things. She always wants to flash in her money and to flash her taste, let's say it that way, to show the world how rich she is. So this is extravagance, but it's also immaturity. This card also shows us jealousy, and Meghan is jealous. She's jealous with other people that succeeded, like the Obamas, like other people that succeeded. But this card is in the past because the Queen of Wands, when it is someone that is very persuasive, is someone that can or did persuade Netflix to take them on, and this is the reason they took them on. She did persuade them that she is very good in performance in front of an audience, that she's so good in working and doing things, and that was her ego speaking. But this card also shows, because it is in the negative, it shows only that her ego has only caused her problem, that she is very easily betraying people, and this is a card of someone who fails. But Netflix did not see this side of the card. They saw the good sides of the Queen of Wands, which is the person that is thinking about or being able to convince others that she is able to do things, to create things, and to perform, and that she is someone who cares for more than just herself. Okay, so but this is what really occurred. Okay, so the next card is what is holding the Sussexes and the Netflix back? What is holding them back? Now, in this position, this is a position of a challenge, and because of that, even if we get an upright card, it will still show us the negative aspects of this card. And what we got is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles, when it is in the upright, and this is in the upright, speaks about the ability to earn money after working hard. And this is what Netflix expected from Harry and Meghan. This is what they expected. They expected to see people that are profiting after getting working hard, that they work hard for the money. This is about someone who deserves the money that he gets. But because it is holding them back, because it isn't a challenge, we see the negative aspects of this card. It is as if it's in the negative way and not in the positive way. And the negative aspects of these cards are perfectionism, in a way, so that it could be Harry and Meghan that didn't feel that nothing is perfect enough, or perfectionism from Netflix, that they felt that everything that Harry and Meghan pitched wasn't perfect enough. This is about over materialism. This is about being restless. This is about expecting success to come without any effort. So this is exactly what is holding the Sussexes back, because they are not willing to do any effort in order to get that profit. So they did not show that they are that they deserve this profit. Okay, so the next card is what is recommended. What is recommended both to Netflix and to the Sussexes. And what we're getting here is a negative card, which is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is about being able to realize your needs, your wishes in the material world. And when we're talking about the upright position, which is what I think Netflix should, or this is the recommendation for Netflix, it is about creating from nothing. It is about creativity. So Netflix should expect creativity from the Sussexes. When it is in the negative, it shows impatience, it shows impulsivity, it shows arrogance, it shows ego problems, it shows arrogance, I already said, and it shows the tendency to wear someone down, and this is, or to wear, the person himself is wearing himself down because of overly wishing his wishes to realize. So, and this is the recommendation. As a recommendation, we should look at the opposite, at the positive aspects, although it came out in the negative. So what Netflix should expect, or what is recommended for Netflix, is that they should expect the Sussexes to be able to create, to be able to show them whatever it is that they can create, and to try and not be impatient, not get too angry with them. This is what the recommendation is for Netflix, but in what the recommendation for the Sussexes is, do not get impulsive, do not lose interest very easily or very or so quickly when you are so engrossed with the idea. So, and in this card we see two people that are pulling the wand in two different directions. So that is Netflix on one side and the Sussexes on the other side. And Netflix expect the Sussexes to create, and even if they cannot create, they expect something back. This is what they wish. We paid you money, we want to see something back. The Sussexes are reluctant to give it, and this, I think, is more about the fly in the wall or the reality show, because Netflix are willing to let go of creating from nothing. Reality show is not creating from nothing. It is not creative. This is not something that is, this is more a gossipy, let's say, that's a kind of a program, but it is not a creation. This is not something that is, let's say, original. This is not something like that. This is Netflix expecting to get what they paid for, and they are willing to give up the creativity part of it. They are saying, okay, you cannot create, because this is the Ace of Wands reverse. You cannot create from nothing. You cannot show us creativity. So we want something, and they are impatient in wanting something. And the Sussexes, on the other hand, because they cannot create, but they are trying to hold on to their own, and they are in a way feeling that they cannot create, and because of that, and their ego is not letting them to accept the fact to accept that the idea of a fly on the wall program. Now, I believe that this idea existed before, maybe for the past year, because the Sussexes were taking Netflix cameras with them everywhere. So there were rumors about them wearing wires in New York, and while they were wearing wires, people heard them arguing. So I believe that this is an idea that was developed a long time ago. It only comes out now as something that is probably something that Netflix are demanding, but this is something that Netflix thought about a long time ago, and the Sussexes agreed to have Netflix crew going with them, but they did not agree to that fly on the wall, not yet. So there is a battle here, and the recommendation for Netflix is to not get too impatient, and because if they will give them time, the Sussexes realize that they cannot create anything, and because they cannot give the money back, they will have no choice. So this is the recommendation. Okay, next card is wait a minute. Okay, so what do Netflix need to consider when they are going forward? And what we're getting here is justice. Justice reversed. Justice is a card that speaks about cutting out whatever is not helping you to achieve your goals in the material world. This is about being very sharp, very clear, and act very coldly and cutting out everything that is in your way. And this is what Netflix need to consider, but it isn't a reverse. And it shows us that Netflix themselves have a problem of repeating problems. And right now they are in this position that they are afraid to take action. They are afraid of error. They have done so many mistakes. They are afraid to do too many mistakes. Their position right now is not good. And they have a difficulty to confront the Sussexes and to do what is needed. They, in their heart, know that they need to let the Sussexes go, but they know that it means throwing away a lot of money because they will not get their money back, and they are afraid to do something wrong. So they are afraid to do what they need to do, because what they need to do is act out of cold considerations and tell the Sussexes goodbye. But they are afraid to do that, and in a way they are afraid of confronting the Sussexes. This card, when it is in the negative, is about a person that is leaving his own job. So, when it is in the upright, it is about firing someone. So this is what Netflix need to do. But they expect the Sussexes to come out and say, okay, we cannot do that, and we are leaving. So in a way, they expect the Sussexes to do the hard work for them. Okay, so what should Netflix focus about? And what we're getting here is the Empress card. The Empress card is a card of a person who was willing to give whatever is there in everything, to give everything without expecting a return. And this is something that Netflix needs to focus on. This is about fertility, but fertility doesn't need to be about getting children. It can also be about fertility with creating things. This is about abundance. So Netflix need to focus themselves on this energy of giving without asking for anything in return. So they need to start thinking about the people that subscribe to them. They need to think about what do the people that are subscribed, what do they want, what do they need, and they need to maybe in a way understand that okay, they will not get their money back, but maybe the way to become the Empress is to let go of the Sussexes. So this is what they need to focus. They need to focus on how to be giving, to need to focus about their subscribers. This is what they need to focus on, because they are like the mother and the subscribers are like the children, and the mother is the one who is giving everything without any conditions. Now of course the subscribers are paying them money, but subscribers also have needs and wishes, and they need to think about how to fulfill those needs and wishes without hurting them. They need to act like the mother of their subscribers. They need to think about what their subscribers want. Okay, so this is what Netflix should focus on. And the next card is what is the near future showing us, and the near future is the Two of Pentacles reversed. So the Two of Pentacles, that's a card of someone who is someone who knows exactly what he needs to do, someone who is having a fake conflict. That is the Two of Pentacles upright. This is a fake conflict because they know exactly what they need to do. They know that they need to let the Sussexes go. They know they need to do that, but they are faking this conflict. They are telling us all that they have these ideas of new ventures, of the fly on the wall venture, of this program with Harry showing places in the USA. They are showing us this fake conflict, but because it is in the negative, it shows us that Netflix are waiting for someone else to decide. They are trying to put in front of the Sussexes choices that they believe that the Sussexes cannot accept those choices, and they want the Sussexes to make that decision. They don't want to be the one who come out and say we decided to let them go. They want the Sussexes to be the ones that are coming up and saying we are leaving Netflix. So they are, and they will go on making demands that they believe that the Sussexes are, and maybe their next step will be to completely let go of the Heart of Invictus. But the Significator card talked about a black mass. So this black mass can also be the way that the Sussexes, that Netflix are trying to think of a way of making the Sussexes come up and say we cannot go on, we are leaving Netflix. But because this is a fake conflict, the Netflix actually don't want them to leave, but they want them to leave. They don't want to be the ones that are coming out and saying we made a mistake and we are letting them go. Okay, so this is the tarot, quite a long one. And the next reading, the next card will be an oracle card, and I'll take one for the Sussexes and one for Netflix. And this is the Lantern Oracle, and I thought about this because lantern is something that is shedding a light on a situation. Lanterns are always also used in special lights. Okay, so let's see what we can see around that. First, I'm clearing the deck. Okay, so Netflix and the Sussexes, what can we see around them? The current energies of the Sussexes and Netflix. And the card that I'm getting is for Netflix, sharing. There is giving in receiving and receiving in giving. And this goes very well with the card of the Empress. Netflix should start thinking about other people, about their subscribers. The subscribers give them money, they need to give their subscribers something back. And this is very much like the Six of Pentacles card, but this card is talking about also, because it is like the Six of Pentacles, about second chances. So if Netflix want second chance with the public, they need to start giving back what the public want and not go on with their ideas of how to get things done. Okay, and for the Sussexes, what we're getting is emotional energies. Emotions are messengers to be met with appropriate attention, actions, and gratitude. So the Sussexes need to start understanding that they need to start showing gratitude, showing action, giving attention, and for those emotions that they want to have. They want to be happy, they want to have everything going on great, they want this beautiful beautiful energy of light and color. This is what they want. They want to have this beautiful emotions, but in order to get them, they need to start acting, they need to start showing gratitude, and they need to give their attention to things that need their attention, and if they don't do that, they will not be able to get that beautiful emotional energy. So this is it for this reading. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I will try to do one more today if I can, but I need to give my voice a little bit of rest. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.